There is a lot happening now towards Black Lives Matter, and I thank God I have friends that can enlighten me about it because I am so naive to it. I was one that would say all lives matter, although there is truth to it. But upon learning how painfully important Black Lives Matter more, makes it silly to say all lives matter. As a Christian, I strive to have my faith be the basis of how I feel towards situations. So when George Floyd was killed by the police, of course I felt horrible. Then there was an outcry, and I didn't quite understand, mainly because I'm not part of the Black world. I was confused and wondering why. So when learning and understanding more, I also looked to God and saw what He says. I read that no matter where you stand on Black Lives Matter, All Lives Matter, Police Lives Matter, White Lives Matter, us as Christians can say without a doubt that all lives matter to God. The biggest example of this is John 3:16. For God so loved the world that He gave His only begotten Son, that whoever believed in Him should not perish but have everlasting life. For God sent not His Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through Him might be saved. It brings up the world 4 times, meaning He wanted to save everything in the world. Every living person He wanted to save. So for the longest time, it was easy to say that all lives matter, because I believed in my heart that this is what God would say. Then I stumbled upon an eye-opening blog by Brie on her journey to see what God would truly say about all lives matter. It brought her to the verses of when God washed the feet of His disciples. John 13:12-15. When He had finished washing their feet, He said, "Do you understand what I have done for you?" He asked them. "You call me teacher and Lord, and rightfully so, for that is what I am. Now that I, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you also should wash one another's feet. I have set you an example that you should do as I have done for you." This spoke miles to me. Jesus humbled Himself to wash their feet, showing us we have to humble yourself to help others. One of the most important Bible verses is to love your neighbor. Our Black neighbors have not been treated fairly and haven't been loved. They have felt less than us, and they have been treated less than us. Do as God would do. Be less so they can be more. 1 John 3:16. By this we know love, that He laid down His life for us, and we ought to lay down our lives for our brothers. Not physically lay down our lives, but we must become a servant and see the hurting people around us, only seeing the pain of others and forgetting our own. All lives matter to Jesus, but He would humble Himself to see the pain, and Black Lives Matter. In the end, be a servant like Jesus was and wash the hurting people's feet. Humble yourself and see where they come from. Do this and stay blessed.